us. Pioneers started on my corner like the cold crush. Had smokers lining up the block like a gold rush. The saying live fast and die young is what they told us. The way that they...
What's up, YouTube? It's Artisan MC, and I have just finished binge watching season 4 of Cobra Kai. And I will say I did really enjoy the season. This season actually gave me a little bit more feels than last season. I don't know how they keep pulling it out with this show that they keep injecting enough nostalgia into the show to make it fun for people who know the characters, but enough story to keep it engaging that you're involved and interested in it. And I took notes on every episode. I did, and I really liked it. I just finished the ending before I fired the stream up, and I was kind of missing one character, but I think next season, oh yeah, he gonna be there. He gotta be here in the next season. Gotta be there in the next season. Love that shit. Love that shit. What can I say without spoiling it for anybody who didn't watch it? Fight scenes are a little better. Especially when they finally get down to the tournament and fighting. You can see up close that these kids actually trained a little bit more. But they've been doing this show for now, 4 years, possibly? So they've gotten better. I think the Netflix staff is better at getting people fight training. I mean, look at Charlie Cox. Charlie Cox is good. He's solid as Daredevil, right? I like how some of the female characters got some development in their story. I like how some of the other characters stepped up and got some development in their stories and their characters. That was good. One thing I didn't like is it was a lot more profanity from kids that I wasn't feeling, really. And that may sound strange coming from me, a guy who will sit on YouTube for 5 hours and use profanities back and forth. But in some senses, I'm a grown adult, and I'm really adverse to kids are supposed to be kids using a lot of profanity. I mean, it was just thrown all over the place. It was kind of just off-putting every time I heard it. It was cringy, like, ew, why? That's not even necessary, But it was funny in some instances. Excuse me. I'm not gonna keep this long because I'm tired and I need to go to bed. But what else did I like? Thomas Ian Griffith showing up. I knew he was coming. I was really happy to see how they slowly introduced him through the whole thing. And his turn, yes, because Terry Silver is a different kind of dude. It's a different kind of fucking dude. And, oh, dude. Bravo. I like Terry Silver. I always did. Even in Karate Kid 3, when he came back and Terry Silver came in, Terry Silver was a problem, dude. He was I wouldn't say a captain of industry, but he owned his own company, and he was shady in how he did some things, and it wasn't some straight up macho shit. It was something else, and he could fight. So let me just say, excuse me, who hasn't seen? Yes, Thomas Ian Griffith does have a fight scene. He does. Old or not, he does have a fight scene. Martial artists never really gets too old. Okay, muscle memory is a real thing. I always forget the guy's name, but I like John Kreese's character. He still seemed pretty one-dimensional in a sense, but they started giving his character some dimension later on. Towards the end after the middle part of the series, towards the end, he started having a little bit more dimension where you see him being intimidating but caring a lot. And one of the things they brought out, which I would say is a central theme to all of this, is relationships. And thank you, Malika Martin Cove. Relationships and how those relationships in your past form you into who you are. And everybody may not understand that or may not know about it, but when you talk to people, find out about them, that you'll find out that a lot of their motivations and stuff like that are from their past. That's just, for me, basic psychology, understanding how people become who they are. It's not a straight path, as they do mention in the show, that it takes a lot of twists and turns. And it was a good point. It was a good point. On some psychological elements, the underpinnings of personality and people. And it's funny how, to this show's credit, how they can keep having people switch sides and then get over things and then come back together, but possibly end up switching sides again. I remember somebody after third season, like, how many times these kids gonna jump back and forth? Like, many times they need to tell a story, because it's just this group of kids. At the end of the day, it's just this group of kids, and they are just teenagers. They're growing up. I mean, you just saw, excuse me, you just saw Spider-Man, or Tom Holland's version of Spider-Man, grow up over 3 movies. You don't think it could happen in a TV show? That's the essence of a hero's journey, or an arc for a character. That's what an arc for a character is. You see them where they are, what they go through to get to the next point that you see them at. And a lot of these characters in here had an arc. Even fucking Dimitri, the little nerd, had an arc. I forgot he was with the damn, hot rich chick in there. I forgot all about that shit. Oh, that's right, he did get a girl. Damn, yeah, nerves come up, dude. Motherfucker, in that world, he probably about to become the next Jeff Bezos. Come on, man, he good. With the Pac-Man sport coat, that's awesome. I want one of those. Looked awesome. So I did enjoy this season. I laughed out loud a lot. I'm like, every episode, I was laughing out loud at something. Every episode, legit. And that's a good point for me, because that meme is entertaining to me. All the 80s references they are making with the music, the Christopher Cross and the Peter Sedaris, that's all meta stuff. This is, shout out to Lana Wachowski, this is meta stuff done right, okay? They just sprinkled it in there. It just popped up and you laughed at it and moved on and beat you over the head with it, okay? They played their old footage in this shit too, and it never seemed cheesy in a way. It's just like, oh, informant of a memory, moving on. The best one, I won't spoil. You got to watch the show to see the best one, but it's a good point and wraps up this whole season, that to get through life, no matter where you came from, you have to learn how to change and move with life. Some things you can stay rigid on. Principles you can probably stay rigid on. But some of this other stuff, you have to learn how to grow and change, take on new information, and adapt to the situation as is. People who don't are the ones who end up space. Johnny, for as much fun as he is in this show, he was stuck in one place. He was. Until he started moving out of that, when he started actually training students. Kreese, in his own way, is stuck in the same place. He can't move on from it. Can't. So his way of moving on was Johnny. And he lost that. Just like Johnny lost something himself. So the season was very good. I was very entertained by the whole thing and really had some oh what the fuck moments, because there was one moment in the shit that I was like, oh fuck, like for real. I was really shocked. Like, I didn't see that coming. I wasn't thinking about that story wise. I was into everything else was going on, and this event happened. I was like, oh shit. I was in there biting my nails like a chick from the 80s watching soap operas, like all into it. Like, oh my God. You just found out that the baby's not his, the same kind of situation all of a sudden. But there was some really good moments. I saw a lot of things working that the way they probably should have, people coming together that probably should have been together. And a lot of stuff is like, I'd really like to see where this goes in that direction. I'd really like to see where it goes because it's important. If anybody here in the Manosphere ain't watched this shit, you should probably watch it because there's a couple of good moments in there to hit on exactly what we talk about. And something I hit on a lot from being a father and understand that kids need to know where they fucking come from. They need to know the truth of who they come from. If this show can backdrop anything, it's to prove a point that children without fathers end up picking up the wrong shit. They need somebody there to protect them, or at least there to teach them how to protect themselves. It could be somebody good for them, or it can be somebody bad for them. So that's a good thing I also saw in this. And the other thing was they actually made fun of that woke shit, which I laughed at. That shit was hilarious. They made a joke of that whole woke movement with a focus group, just like in the Matrix scene. With a focus group. Funny as fuck, right? It was hilarious. I was laughing my ass off at that focus group because they played it tongue in cheek. They did play it exactly as it's supposed to be. Fucking goddamn joke. So this was hilarious. It was hilarious. Those are one of the moments that I was legitimately laughing out loud. I really did laugh out loud. So for me, I'm not gonna keep this forever, but season 4, Cobra Kai, I would definitely watch it again. I definitely watch the fight scenes again. But some of this is like a one and done. I can watch it once and remember it really clearly, so I don't need to watch it again. But some of the stuff I might just watch again just for fun. But in this streaming world, there's very few things that I watch multiple times just because there's so much other stuff going on. You don't usually have time to. But I had time today, went ahead, finished it out. It's only 10 o'clock. I'm good. So for me, Cobra Kai was good. It's definitely good. I definitely recommend it for people to watch. Good feels. Good feels. Who calls himself Maverick? That's not a name you give yourself. Boy, I like that Johnny Lawrence character now in this show. That shit is hilarious. That fucking is hilarious, dude. So I'll definitely talk about this again next Sunday on Shop Talk Live. I will talk about Cobra Kai because now I'm versed. Now I have watched it and I binged it, so it's good. I got my notes, so I will see you guys Sunday on Shop Talk Live. I'm Artisan MC, and I just finished benching Cobra Kai, so that was my Sunday binge, I guess. So have a good night and a safe morning, and see you guys next time. Peace.
Yo, we said get 'em, so I got 'em all. Yeah.